happened in spring of '07, and I started coming out to people, and some of my friends who are no longer my friends didn't really like that, so they put up hateful notes on my door threatening to kill me. And immediately my roommates called the police, UPD got involved, and they all handled it very well. Emotionally, I never knew people could be so just offensive and hateful. It really made me want to get into activism and just to educate people. At first I was very, very afraid of the campus. I thought, like, seeing many of the Christian groups in Greek life overshadowing everybody else, I was very scared. But just with events like this today that Leni put on, I mean, it shows how much support we have. Most of the people in these shirts are allies, and it just really makes me happy to see. And I think it helps others to come out too. They see how much support is really there. And I've talked to people that have had worse experiences than me, getting beaten up, wanting to commit suicide. And all you can do in that situation, and also for ourselves, is just to keep on hoping for the best. And the only way things are going to get better is just to come out to people, because everyone has to know that 1 out of 10 people there, we make up that, and that's a big percentage.
I think this campus has grown a lot in the past few years, especially with the establishment of the LGBT Resource Center, because there was a Pride Club beforehand and they did social events, there were gatherings, and so people had a safe place to go. But I think a lot of people do know that we're here and we've done education outreach, but people are still afraid to walk through that door. And people, we see people walk by, they kind of stick their head in. People just refuse because there is a fear, just people aren't going to accept me, or and sometimes I think that fear kind of keeps allies at bay as well. That's why we wanted to do this T-shirt campaign, because it's a message that's so simple that says, hey, I'm an ally and I care. So I think on this campus alone it has gotten a lot better, knowing that we have support at the top. There's places for improvement, and then we just try to, I think, work on an individual basis with people, talk to people. Every person that we meet, that we come across and say, wow, I didn't even know you were here, like, that's a success. So I like coming out to people, just like Chris said, that makes a difference. One thing that I've been thinking about lately is, since I've come to campus, I've thrown myself into the LGBT life, because I didn't have that in high school. I tried to bring Fine by Me to school. My principal said no. When I got here, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to get involved. And so my resume is very queer. Yeah. And that's all I can say is I've learned a lot of skills, event planning, fundraising, things like that. Yeah. But that's all come from the center, and so I worry how that is going to have an impact on me in the future. The good thing is that I want to stay in this field, but I'm not always going to have a job that's LGBT related. Yeah. So I think finding companies that are friendly and open to that and can see, even if they're conservative, okay, you were here, but look at everything you learned. I think this campus is very good, has gotten better with sexual orientation, and I think most places are being more progressive in that area, but we really need to work on gender identity and expression protection, and not just here, that's across the board. State laws, company laws, I think we're leaving our transgender population out sometimes, and we can't assume that just because they have a letter on their acronym that we're really being inclusive. And so I think that there needs to be work within the community and outside the LGBT community. And so we've been trying to tell people, these shirts say Gay Fine by Me, but it's more than just about gay people. It just was, like I was saying earlier, it's just easier than writing gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, questioning, queer, ally, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So we have literature out there just to show that, and I think the same could be said for bisexuality. We had someone yesterday that was like, what do you guys think about being bisexual? Because I've heard you have to choose one or the other, and that's, it's not fair. No one should be asked to choose. It's how you identify, and even if you identify as bisexual but you don't like the word, don't use it. And I think we need to help people be comfortable in their own skin.